In one of my previous videos, I laid out how to properly choose the best wedding photographer for your wedding. We covered the 3 topics of importance and how to select one of the most crucial vendors you will have at your wedding. If you haven't seen that video as of yet, I will link it at the end of this video. This video and that video go hand in hand perfectly, because in today's video, I will be stating and answering the top 26 questions you should ask a photographer during your consultation. Hello everyone, my name is Bill Rice and I am a Tampa-based wedding and portrait photographer, and I have owned and operated Bill Rice Photography since 2006. In that time, I have photographed over 700 weddings, countless engagement sessions, tons of family portraits, and pretty much everything else under the sun. My focus of this channel is to help and educate and guide you, future brides and grooms, about how to plan, execute, and enjoy your dream wedding. I have literally seen it all when it comes to weddings, and I want to share the good, the bad, and the ugly to help you along your journey in the planning process. So please give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel to help it grow. That way, I will be able to spread my message to other people just like you who are planning their weddings. By now, you might be going from photographer to photographer's website, scouring their portfolio while dreaming about your wedding day. Perhaps you've even found a few that you want to contact for a consultation. Maybe you feel completely lost and don't know where to start. Well, I am here to help you in this process by giving you my 3-step approach to how to pick your wedding photographer, followed by some of the key questions you may want to consider asking him or her in your consultation. In my other video, linked at the end of this one, I explain in detail that before you even meet with a photographer, you should like their portfolio and see their pricing up front. Liking their images is the first topic, directly followed by your budget. There's no need to waste anyone's time if your dream photographer costs $10,000 and your budget for photography is a quarter of that amount. Many photographers even have their pricing listing on their websites to avoid this topic from the get. If they've passed the first 2 topics, it might be time to personally meet with the photographer to see if you would like them personally. And I say like them personally because your photographer will literally be your shadow on your wedding day. If you don't like them, you'll have to decide if you can at least tolerate them on one of the most joyous and memorable experiences in your lifetime. So after many years in the wedding industry, I decided to compile a list of questions to ask a photographer from a photographer's point of view. If you don't know what you don't know, you might not know what to ask a photographer when you are interviewing them. I will be asking each question and answering each question with my own personal and genuine answers. Now, the first question I would ask is, what is your style of wedding photography? Now, I kind of have a blend of styles. I would consider most of the day as being captured in a photojournalistic type of way, meaning I am not directing or influencing the scene. This is mostly during the ceremony, the reception, and candid areas of the wedding. I do more hands-on directing and posing when photographing the getting ready photos and group photos with your wedding party, and I loosely direct the more romantic type of images with you and your partner. Question 2. How many weddings have you photographed? Over 700 and counting. My experience in wedding photography allows me to work very calm and collected, which will directly impact the stress level of your day. You will be in my hands for 8 hours and you'll feed off of my energy. This may be your first wedding, but this is my umpteenth hundredth. I'll take good care of you and be sure to get you to the ceremony on time. The next question is, are you insured? I am insured up to $2 million in liability. That is standard to what most venues require that I will work at. The next question is this your full-time job? Yes, this is all I do for a living. It's all I know how to do for a living. Will it be you personally photographing my wedding? Yes, I am the lead shooter at every wedding I book. What happens if you are injured or sick on the day of my wedding? Well, I've worked sick. I've worked with 101 degree fever before. However, if I am injured or severely sick, I have an emergency contact list with several other photographers that I work with who can step in at a moment's notice. However, in 20 years, I have never had to utilize this list, and I have only needed to cover for one other photographer one time. Are there any additional costs on the back end? No. Everything is spelled out in each collection I offer. If you are interested in adding any products such as an engagement shoot or a wedding album, the price for each is in my brochure. The next question is, what payment plans do you offer? When you book with me, I require a $1,000 deposit. The rest of the payment is due 8 weeks and 4 weeks prior to your wedding. Whatever is due, split it up 8 weeks, 4 weeks. I prefer Venmo or Zelle, and I do charge a 3% credit card fee. Who are your second photographers you work with? All of my second photographers are wedding professionals like myself who have their own wedding photography studios. We all second shoot for one another when we are not booked ourselves. I trust all of my second shooters to do the work to the highest standards. What kind of equipment do you use? Do you have backup equipment? I use all Canon cameras and lenses. I have multiple backup camera bodies, flashes, and lenses in the instance of one breaking or malfunctioning. What will you wear to my wedding? I usually wear all black. Black shoes, black pants, black button-down shirt. I like to blend in. I'm a big dude. I'm 6'2", 245 pounds. If your wedding is black tie, I can dress more formally, but I still need to be comfortable to do my duties as a photographer. Will you accommodate guests asking for photos of them? Yes, as long as I am not busy with capturing specific details at that time, I am very approachable and will gladly take photos of your guests. Can guests take pictures at my wedding? Absolutely, as long as they don't hinder me getting the photos myself. For example, Uncle Bob jumping in front of me to get the kiss photo at the end of your ceremony. Do you accept special request photos? Yes, I will do my best to recreate any photo you have may seen and want to reenact. I cannot guarantee it, but I'll do my best to make it happen. For example, I cannot guarantee a cloudless sunset to recreate a sunset photo. How will I receive my photographs? All of your photographs will be retouched and uploaded to a web gallery where they will be hosted indefinitely. Your wedding contract states I will host the photos for a minimum of 5 years, but I have weddings up being hosted that I photographed 15 years ago. They're not going anywhere. How long do I have to wait to see my photos? As per your contract, all photos will be delivered digitally within 2 weeks of your wedding. Why should I hire you over photography X, Y, or Z? You shouldn't. Go with your gut. It's a very personal decision. Do you like my images? Do you like me? Are you comfortable with my pricing? Do you offer discounts? Yes, but only to active and retired military and law enforcement. What if it rains? A good wedding planner will have precautions in place. I will still get you all the photos you want. We'll just be more limited on indoor and protected locations from the weather. Have you ever photographed the venue where I am having my wedding at? If I haven't, I always arrive early to scout it out. This helps me come up with a plan on locations for photos and lighting angles. Being a professional photographer, I could photograph a wedding in a parking lot and still make it look good. Photography is all about angles, lighting, and what you do and don't want to show in the background. How can the guests at my wedding see or access the photos? You will be sent a link to the gallery that you can forward to anyone you want to share the photos with. They will have the same ability to view and download the high-resolution images to use as they wish without any cost. What happens if my date is canceled or postponed? Well, I will do my best to work with you to try to be available for a future date. However, when I book your wedding, I take myself off of the calendar for that date. I will then turn away any further inquiries once I've received your contract. For this reason, all deposits are non-refundable. How do I secure your services for my wedding? Well, I have a contract that you can sign and I require a $1,000 deposit. Do you have a contract? Yes, and it spells out everything to the smallest detail. If you have any questions or concerns about anything, I can explain or amend the contract to your liking. Is there anything else I should be asking you? I always end the consult by stating there are many wedding photographers out there. We all play a huge role in your wedding. If you are trying to decide between 2 or 3 photographers you have met with, ask yourself this question: who would I like to have dinner or a drink with? Sometimes it all comes down to simply personality. So there you go. Some of the questions may not be as important to you, but I wanted to cover all the bases to get your brain to start thinking critically about hiring your photographer. So, did I get the job? Will I be photographing your wedding? Comment below if there's anything you think I missed and what topic was the most important to you. When I do a consult with a couple, I usually let them know the majority of these answers while speaking with them over the course of the conversation. I feel my consults are not only an interview, but to help educate them even if they choose not to hire me for their wedding. I want each person I speak with to feel 100% confident in my services and confident in their decision. Thank you for staying with me until the end.